Hello, everyone. Good morning. Hi, Vidya. Hi, Aditya. Iqbal has also joined. Good day, good morning, I guess. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here to welcome you all for another update on our software. Hi, everyone. Good morning. So, as always, a lot of things to speak about our new release notes, which was released on 23rd of the month of March. So we'll be speaking about multi-item selection custom fields, advanced catalog management, actionable email logs, and much more. And I hope that everybody is settling in quite nicely, and we'll get things started in a few minutes. Hi, Vinayak. Great to see all of you. As always, my name is Varun Krishna, and I will be the one who will be guiding you all through today's releases. And I'll be the one who will be explaining all these things to you. And I hope that you're all excited as me. I've been waiting for this for the past 2 weeks. Yes. So I'm sharing my screen right now. Can anyone give me a confirmation whether my screen is visible? Am I properly audible? And am I properly visible as well? If we get that, then we can get up and running. Thank you very much for the confirmation, Vidya. Thank you very much. So if you're coming across any kind of queries, you can, paste it in the chat. And there's a Q&A section also. You can, always write it down in the Q&A section. At the very end, we'll be getting into it. And the very end, if you're having some specific doubts, and I'll be unmuting you all, you can directly verbally ask me your doubts. And there's a raise hand option. There's a reaction option. You can, you can try to utilize all of this in between the meeting. All right. So everyone, we're all back for EalSuite Evolution, the webinar series for our release notes. So like I said, we'll be speaking about multi-item selection, custom fields, advanced catalog management, actionable email logs, and much more. And as always, we'll get started from our release notes. If there is any doubts, don't hesitate to ask me. All right. So we'll be speaking exclusively about the release notes on 23rd of the month of March 2024. And we have two feature updates, two enhancements, and two resolved issues. So I'll give you a brief about all this first, then we'll go into the details. So we'll start with the feature updates. And the first one, multi-item selection custom field. So it's about custom fields. It's about multi-item selection. So right now, we have the provision to create multi lookup fields against items. And this can be associated with any module within the software. All right. We'll go into the use case and we'll discuss it like that. Advanced catalog management. Till date, if an item were having multiple units, then we were not able to properly handle all those multiple units with the help of catalogs. Right now, we have advanced the capabilities of our catalog management, and from 23rd onwards, we will be able to do that. Actionable email logs. First enhancement. When it comes to lead codes, sales codes, purchase orders, invoices, and all of this, when you're sharing those bills through a mail, right now you'll be getting a detailed log if you go to the activity log of these bills. In smarter invoice payment allocation, if you had a project and if you had an invoice against it, and if you're associated that, if you already done a payment against it, the in different situations you were not able to change the project ID against that particular invoice. That was the thing. Next one are the resolved issues. Item group import fix. So there was a small bottleneck when it comes to importing the item group. It was not basically importing the item group. It was about creation of item group from the preview page itself. It was only happening in the first row. In the below rows, it was not happening. So we have fixed that bug. Then thermal print accuracy. No more missing customer phone numbers on your retail invoices. So we have rectified that issue as well. So a lot of things to speak about, especially when it comes to catalog management and multi-item selection custom fields, the special feature updates we have today. So I think everybody has settled in quite nicely and we can get this started. All right. So yes, EalSuite evolution. Our first update, multi-item selection custom field. Empower your users with streamlined data entry process. So you can improve your efficiency when it comes to data entry. You can improve and enhance your productivity and your streamline your entire process. So let's take a use case and we'll create it like that. Here it is. So we're speaking about custom fields. So I'm going to create a custom field in my first branch, and I'm going to create it against a supplier. Imagine you're creating a new supplier and you want to associate some items against that supplier. Like you're always going to buy those items against a supplier. And when you go to the details of a supplier, you want to know the details of the items as well. So in such situations, I'm going to I'm going to create a new field called item lookup. And the field type is going to be multi-select lookup. And I'm going to look it up from items. So in such situations, if you are going to create a new supplier, let's take the case of Google. And let me just add the GST number. If I add the GST number here, then we have some other fields also to be added. Yes, here we have the item lookup custom field that we have created. Here, let's take an example that we're going to buy a saxophone, flute, and let's say cajon, always from this particular supplier. So in such situations, we can associate it like this with the help of multi-select lookup field. And to be specific in this case, multi-select item lookup field. So we can save the supplier, and in the supplier's view, under the custom field sections, you can see item lookup, which is a field name, and we have the items along with the ID of the items shown. So that is the advantage here, right? So we already had multi-select lookup field, and it was against, I mean, the lookup modules were customers, suppliers, lead, and items. Or initially it was customers, suppliers, and lead. Right now we have bought in items as well. So that is a speciality. All right. So if anyone's having any kind of doubts, you can ask me now. I think it's a very simple update and easy to understand one, right? Anything? No doubts. No. Okay, so I think we can move on from multi-select item lookup fields, right? Yes. So that is done. We'll be moving into our next update, that is advanced catalog management. We can tailor with our pricing strategy for our sales for much more precision and for advanced sales. So set different prices for items with multiple units, restrict unit sales to designated customers, and fine-tune sales approach for precision in your operation. So how does this work? So the first question was like, what was the limitation when it comes to your software till date when it comes to catalog management? So if we have an item, uh, for example, let's go to the inventory section, and I'm going to search for, yes, let's take this plastic round flower pot. All right. The speciality about this particular item is that we have this particular item in our warehouse, 100 quantity. And if we come to the units, this have a base unit in pieces, then 5 pieces, we sell it in 5 pieces and as a dozen. Till date, if we were creating a new catalog and associating that particular catalog against a customer, while creating that catalog, we were only able to have this particular item within the catalog in a single unit. That was in its base unit, that was pieces. We were not able to handle it with multiple units. Right now, that has changed. So how can you work it out? Let's create a new catalog, or we already have a Greens Perfect catalog here. And we already have the Incure Inculture plastic round flower pot. So I'm going to remove it right now. And let me just add it once again. Yes. If I add it, right now you can see that the same item with three different units have come in, right? And the cost price and the sales price is shown. So if I want to place the sales price of okay, so 445, and here I'm going to place it 1700 and 4250 for dozen. So initially we were not able to do this. Right now we are able to do this. So let me just save it, and let me just go to the customer section. And yes, for this particular customer and value, then there was a catalog already applied. So let me just change it to greens perfect, save. And if you're creating a new invoice, what was the specialty? Initially, you were only able to see one item, right? If there was a catalog and the catalog only had one item, we were only able to see one item, right? So here we have this particular item, right? If you want to sell this now, this is not the way in which sales happen. We can, if you have one item, you can properly sell it in a single row itself. But I just wanted to show how this works. So here the unit is in pieces. So if you want to tell send 10 pieces, so 450 was the normal price. So the catalog price, I changed it to 445 for if you're selling it for a single piece. I can change the unit to 5 pieces. So it was 1800 normally, it was 1700 at the catalog price, and I can sell it like this. See? So this is a speciality. Right now, you will be able to sell it in dozens also. You can, I mean, initially also you can sell it in multiple units. No restriction was that. But when it comes to catalogs, that was not possible. Right now, when it comes to catalogs, that is possible. So for individual units, you can set individual catalog prices. That is another advantage. See, that is the advantage. And if there's a situation in which, if there is a situation in which, and when I come to the view or the list view of the catalogs, you can see under greens perfect, there was only a single item that I have added, but the item count was showing like 3. So we'll be considering all these items with different units as different items itself. And let's take a case in which if you are selling it in pieces, I mean, the price was 450 itself. I'm not going to change the price. So in such situations, I don't want to keep this plastic round flower pot in pieces in my catalog. So I can remove it. So that's another specialty. If I only want to have this plastic round flower pot to be in a catalog price, in a special pricing situation for my additional units like 5 pieces or dozen, I can do that also. I mean, you see, the advantage here is that the base unit is not at all present in the catalog right now. Only the additional units are present. So let me just reload this page. We have ALI then. See, 5 pieces and dozens. The base unit is not shown. So in that way also, right now we'll be able to make use of the catalog feature. So that is the way the catalog feature is being evolved right now. And one more thing I want to show is that I can remove this as well. On the catalog price only comes into effect when you're selling it in dozens, right? And you have made this decision. And if you want to, if a day comes in and if you want to add all the items, include all multiple items can be clicked. There's an option, right? You can click on it and all the same item in different units returns back. And you can add the price and you can start selling. That's one thing. And one important thing that I just want to make sure that everyone follows is if I, select a different item from this drop down, not from the first one, not from the third one, from the second one itself, the entire, item just completely vanishes. Or like this, the entire item just completely vanishes. So you have to make sure that you are keeping it like this and not changing, right? If you want to remove the pieces, then you can remove your piece unit in such a manner. So that is the way in which the advanced catalog feature works right now. So you can easily create an invoice. If you don't want to keep the catalog prices for your base unit and only want it for your additional units, moving forward, you will be able to do that as well. So that is a specialty of advanced catalog management. So I think there are some nitty-gritties coming into this particular update. So if you're having any doubts, feel free to ask me on this. Anybody, any doubts? For how much units can we sell a particular item? Okay, so it's a very general question. For how much units you want to, you can create n number of units against a particular item, and you can sell or you can purchase in any of those units. There are no restrictions for that. Let me just add a follow-up on that, or an extension to that particular question. When it comes to catalogs, how much units you can add? Here also the answer is same. You can add n number of units under catalog management also, right? We have not provided any kind of restrictions for that. Any other doubts? Will this be applied for disabled items? No, disabled items, this won't be applied. Disabled items, you won't be able to see those items while you're purchasing, while you're, in your sales, while you're creating an item group or while you're creating a catalog. No, we won't be able to see that particular item. So that's the thing. Any other doubts? No. Okay, so we'll move forward to our enhancement, enhanced email tracking. So this is a very simple one. Added logs for mail send actions, insight into your email communication, and comprehensive tracking of your email activities. So this happens within our sales order, our quotation, sorry, not our sales order. So we have our sales quote, then we have our lead quote, we have our purchase order, and then we have invoices. So we'll start with a quotation. If I'm sending this particular quote via mail, aman.emma.com, let me just send it. Yes, the mail has been sent. And if I go to the logs, you can see right now, I have sent the mail to this particular email address. All right, so this gets applied in our sales quote. Under lead quote, mail is sent. You can check your log, and the lead quote mail has been sent to this particular email address using template, this one, right? The date and time is also being shown. Similarly, we have a purchase order. Check the logs, purchase order, the purchase number has been sent to this particular mail address using the template has been shown. And finally, in an invoice, so I have sent an invoice with the invoice number to this particular email address using the template has been shown. So this is the thing. So we have bought in activity logs for lead code, sales code, purchase order, and invoice. If you're sharing those bills via mail, then you will be getting a detailed activity log, right? So when it comes to the bill, on the top of the table here, on the preview table, you can see logs. Click on the log, and you will be able to access the activity log. I hope that is also clear. Can I move on from this? It's a very simple thing, right? Yes. Next one, smarter invoice payment allocation. So automatically realign payments with updated projects when adjustments are made to the projects associated with an invoiced payment. automatic realignment of payment with updated projects, enhanced invoice management, and improved accuracy in payment allocation. So let me just provide you the situation here. Let's create a new customer, right? A new customer, unregistered, and his name will be Ashmul Jacob. So I'm saving it. Now, let us create a new project. Ashmul's March project. Due date will be on April 30th. Not choosing any, let us choose a customer, not choosing any template. Project manager will be me itself, and yeah, I'll stay like this. So we have Ashmil's March project created. In this particular project, let me just create an invoice for some purchase or something. So this is the invoice. So the invoice is created against this particular project right now. And let me just mark the payment also. Here, payment is done. Initially, if you wanted to change the project ID, because if we go to the project section, we could see that the March project, the travel dispersed, the January project, there are no customers here. There could be multiple customers. So if there is a situation in which we had to change it, if the payment has already been made, something like this, it was not possible. Right now, the invoice has been successfully changed. Right, the project ID has been changed. So that was the issue. When payment was made, we were not able to change the project ID. So we have removed that particular restriction. This was simply because of a use case for one of our customers. And so, yes, this is a way in which our new enhancements related to smarter invoice payment allocation works. Yes. Next, we'll be speaking about one of our resolved issue, that is the item group import fix. So elimination of bottleneck in item group import and capability for all line items to create new item groups and improved consistency and efficiency in item group management. So how does this particular thing work? So while you're creating, so while you're onboarding into a software, and if you had to import your items from another system or from an Excel sheet, how could you do this? So we had to first go to, let's say, our first branch itself, and then we had to go to opening balance, set your migration date properly, then come to import data, and you had to choose items. So you can either click on here, and then you can add your items there, or you can simply select a particular CSV file. So let me just select the CSV file for items. Yes. So a file is successfully uploaded. Next. The only mandatory field I want to select is name. Next. So the list of items has come up, right? And here is an item group section. Delivery project, table manufacturing, cheese extraction, all of these are item groups already present within the software, right? Could I create item groups directly from here? Absolutely. If I want to write musical instrument, I could simply do that. If I want to create multiple item groups, associate that particular item to multiple item groups, which is not present in our software right now, I can do it from this particular preview page. Till date, it was only possible for me to create it in our first row, not in our second row, right? So special instrument is the item group I want to create it for, and assign it for this particular item, electric guitar. So here I want to write guitar group. So for guitar group, so right now we have the capability to create item groups from all these rows. Initially, it was not there. It was an issue, I would say. So we have fixed that particular issue right now. I hope that you got it. And now moving on to our final one, that is thermal print accuracy. Rectifying missing customer phone numbers on invoices. Yes. So let us simply create a new retail invoice. Not going to add any email or anything. Invoice date. Save. Regash, yes. No. Easy bank. Credit card. Pay. And the payment has been done. Complete payment has been done. Right? I want to take a print of this. This is the view. So here you can see the phone number. So let me just, yes. Here you can see A4, yes, the phone number. Initially, this phone number was not present while you were taking the print out of this particular retail invoice. That is a specialty. Yeah. So yes, that is it. That is it from my side for today. I hope that all of our, feature updates, enhancements, and resolved issues are clear to all of you. If you're having any doubts, you can ask me right now about this particular release notes. It can be about generally about a software, whatever may be your doubts, please shoot. It's your time. Okay, there's a question coming from Vidya. Uh, is the audit log for users bought in? Audit log for users. Audit log for users, I think we discussed about audit log for users in our previous uh, webinar. It was an update in our previous release. So audit log for users was that when you create a new user or when you edit a new user, then that audit log was seen against that particular user. So yes, you do have that capability within the software right now. You can go through it. Are there any other doubts? Nothing. Okay, under the column freezing, is it restricted to only two columns right now? Yes, it is restricted to the first two columns right now. We will be, enhancing it in our coming weeks, but as of now, it is restricted to two columns only. I know that it is just maybe you will require it for further columns also, but as of now, you will be only be able to work with the first two columns. Any new reports coming with your new PDF layout? Yes, we will be bringing in new reports with our PDF layout. Just wait for it. I won't be able to disclose which particular report it will be. Let it stay as a surprise only. All right. Yeah. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here today once again. Thank you for your support. If you want support from our side, you can always reach out to our support team, and you can go to our documentation pages. You can go to our releases and you can try it out in your software. And if you need more kind of newses or new kind of helps regarding the release notes, like I said, you can always reach out to our support team. We're always here to help you guys. All right. So with that, we'll be winding up this particular webinar. Thank you everyone once again for joining. We'll meet again in 2 weeks' time. Bye-bye.